video is finally going to be the decorate with me in my kitchen with my gingerbread theme. This is going to be my second year doing this theme, and I'm very excited. I've been preparing for this moment for quite a bit now, doing a lot of hauls on my channel, showing you guys all of the gingerbread goodies. I'm looking at them now. They're all here on the table. I think we're also going to do a little bit of cleaning as well. Going to go ahead and get like the countertops wiped down and things like that. Maybe even do some mopping on the floor. Honestly, it just kind of comes down to my back because sometimes it just hurts. Anyways, so I'm very excited. I have to tell you, I have no idea. No clue what any of this is going to look like. It's going to be very different from last year's for two reasons. One, it was a different house, a different kitchen. And then the second reason being that I've bought quite a bit more decor now, and I just think that it'll just be placed differently. I have no idea, again, what it's going to look like, so that also means I'm not even sure if we're gonna have a complete finished product. I may end up wanting to go back to Hobby Lobby, maybe get another gingerbread house or two, whatever that may be, but I do feel like we're gonna get into a lot of decorating, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so as you can see, it is nighttime now, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the tour of the kitchen. Let's start off with this section here, which isn't fully complete, and I'll point some of those things out, but I am completely obsessed with the ribbon detail. I think it's so cute. There was actually a point where I wanted to scrap the stripe detail, and I wanted to go for more of a gingham look, like that one, but I was gonna have to run back to the store, and so I thought, let me just put these up and see, and I ended up loving them so much I don't think I'm gonna do the gingham, at least not this year. I just think it gives it that added holiday touch while also tying in the gingerbread theme. On the stovetop is the cake stand and the wreath, which is part of my everyday decor, but from the ladies on my Instagram live who suggested the cookie jar here. I absolutely love it. Originally, I put a miniature gingerbread house and thought I was going to do that, and then someone suggested this, and it's just absolutely adorable. So keep in mind that pretty much most of this kitchen was designed by you guys. Over in this section, if you saw in the video, if I included the clip, I had the ceramic light up gingerbread house, and then I decided to change it out because I didn't have a place to put this gingerbread house here. And by the way, it does light up. I'll light it up here in a second. And I decided that I was going to use the ceramic houses in the butler's pantry, which is this area here, but that's not going to be in this video. You'll see the butler's pantry completed section when I do the full Christmas house tour. And because this gingerbread house matches the other ones I used in the kitchen, I wanted to find a place for it, and this was the only spot that I thought I had left. And I used a little tree just because I thought it was missing something, and that's just what I did. So I actually used these trees last year. As you can see, I have the gingham little touch of ribbon there. And then this is the part I was referring to earlier when I said this section isn't complete. What I want in here are like holiday spoons and spatulas and things like that. I'll probably actually go for something plain with red, which Dollar Tree has. I hauled them for fall and I got orange ones. And in that video, I actually mentioned that there were red ones and I never picked up the red ones. So hopefully they still have them because I think they're so beautiful and I think they'll look really great in this bowl. All right, so I lit up the little diner, and obviously I think you can see through the window that it changes colors, which is really adorable. So that's basically it for this back wall of the kitchen. I knew when I wanted to do this gingerbread theme, especially for this first year in this house, I wanted to do it a little bit more simple. When we look to this back wall, which is the longest stretch of the countertop, we'll start here in the corner. So this I actually put over here originally just for photo purposes when I was doing the DIY, which I'll link that video down below. It's part of a haul. And it turns out I really like it here, so it's going to stay here. I think it's really cute. Plus we have this little dome tray here that says treat, which is Ray done. I actually worked on this section the night before and I could not for the life of me figure out anything that I liked. So I just went to bed, forgot about it. And then when it was time to film this morning, I just kind of came up with this. And it was the best option that I had, and I think it actually turned out really cute. And so what I did was, I have this Dollar Tree little candle holder here so that I could prop up and elevate this Noel sign, which I got from Hobby Lobby. And then I decided to put these white frosted trees just to give it a little bit more layering, because without it, it just felt like it was lacking something there. And I think those were like the perfect choice because it just kind of blends in with the backdrop a little bit while also providing some detail. And then this is one of my newer pieces this year, which is this North Pole Bakery sign, which is really cute. And then we've got our gingerbread people on both sides. And then this is my everyday greenery. And what I did was I plucked these little things off of the Dollar Tree stem and then just kind of like layered them into here to give them a frosted, sugary, fun look. And I picked those specifically because they had pops of white. These are like white decorative balls. And I thought that they worked really well. Dollar Tree also has the same option in red, but I went with white because I didn't want it to be distracting from the color that was going on here. Another area that I struggled with a little bit was this section right here. From an everyday perspective, I have these like boxwood faux display plants. I decided to remove those because I didn't think that they were overly wintry. So I put them away, and then originally I had taken the trees and put them next to it, but for some reason I thought that the tree swallowed all of this up and I thought it was too much. So I just decided to scale back and keep it simple. So what I did was I changed out the greenery that was here with this wreath from Hobby Lobby. Has that gingerbread look again. It just looks like sugar crystals, but obviously it's supposed to look like snow. But because it kind of has a glitter effect to it, I like to translate it in my own mind, I guess, as sugar. I think it just goes really well. And then I decided to put the nutcrackers next to it, kind of like guards of the window. And he's just really, really cute. He was in a haul, and I also got him from Hobby Lobby, and I did the same thing over on this section as well. And both of the nutcrackers are different. Ignore the dishes. This whole thing was clean when I filmed today for you guys, and then, you know, dishes occurred. So, and over in this section, I had to whip out the new holiday gingerbread soaps that I got from Tuesday Morning, and I think they're really cute. It goes with the whole theme, and we've got the soap and the lotion. So if I step back here, you can also see the kitchen towel there. I recently picked that up, I think at HomeGoods, and it's just that red and green stripe that goes with the theme. So I really like how that looks, but my favorite section of all is right here. Honestly, I had to play, and if you're anything like me where you're really not sure of sometimes which direction to go with decorating, my advice would be to almost practice, if that makes sense. Just keep trying different options and keep rotating things in and out until you start seeing, obviously, things that you love. I pulled out this cake stand here, and I kind of created a one-level tiered tray of sorts, if you will. And I also double layered another little cake stand within this one to give the gingerbread house some height. And then I have this little Dollar Tree jar here, and then I added those, which are ornaments from Hobby Lobby, and I added those in there to the back, also to like fill in that blank space back there. And then we have the little chef gingerbread here, and then these are my holiday picks that have that frosted look to them as well. And I didn't want to stop there. I knew that I wanted to add more. I just didn't know exactly what that was at the time. And then I had this on my island as my everyday decor. And I think we talked about it on my Instagram live too. And someone mentioned, let's, do the faux treats and muffins from Amazon, which I haven't ordered yet. So I put this over here thinking I'll order some and then I'll get them in here. But I had this extra gingerbread house and I just plucked it right in there. And honestly, I think I'm gonna keep it like this. I think it's really, really adorable. I'll step back so that you guys can just kind of see it. It's pretty simple. I mean, you can definitely see the touches of the gingerbread. And I was gonna add something up there. I started adding some ornaments, but it just wasn't working out the way I liked it. So I decided to remove it, and I might do something. And if I do, you guys will see that in the Christmas house tour video as well. Now let's get to the centerpiece, the focal piece, which is the island itself. A shout out really to all the ladies on my Instagram live who helped me with this, because I was just stumped. I had absolutely no idea how to tackle this kitchen. I really didn't. I got overwhelmed and I knew that you guys were going to help me, so I jumped on Instagram Live and you did. So what was funny is I got on 2 Instagram Lives. The first one, we all came up with a game plan and decided I was going to do some trees here, and then I was going to do some more gingerbread houses here, but I had to write that on my shopping list. I needed to get more trees, I need to get more gingerbread houses. But what we didn't plan for in that Instagram Live was the possibility that I wasn't going to find those materials, and I didn't. So when I was at Hobby Lobby, I was kind of panicking. I was like, okay, what do I do then? Because the island was supposed to be my main piece, you know? So I found this garland, as you can see, and it has all of the flocked and the sparkly glitter, so it looks like sugar to me. We talked about adding the burlap because it has that gingerbread quality to it with the brown cookie color. And originally I wanted a bigger gingerbread house here, and I will update that definitely for next Christmas. But for now, because there weren't any more gingerbread houses left to buy, I had to go with plan B, which was, this is the one I already own, which also lights up, but it's the cute little bakery. And I love it. I added it to this cake stand to give it some height. And then I decided I had these 2 matching gingerbread houses, obviously not 100% matching, but you can tell they go together. And I decided to add them to the display as well. I think it definitely gave it something extra. And now the little kitchen nook area. This was another part of the design plans from the Instagram Live. I had these gingham red trees that are so beautiful. I love them. Fell in love with them this year, found them at Hobby Lobby, and they're just the centerpiece. So that's pretty much it. I knew I wanted to keep the table very, very simple this year, so I like how it turned out. And then here is the wreath. We added the same ribbon so that they all match. You'll see the same thing in the butler's pantry as well. And this is another reason why I want to do this walkthrough at night, so you can see how pretty this tree turned out, which also was part of my panic at Hobby Lobby after we designed the whole kitchen on the Instagram Live. I went to get the materials. I originally had a garland, which I'll show you what it looked like. I had a garland in here. We loved it, but there wasn't enough of it. So I wrote on the list to go back to Hobby Lobby to get 2 more of those so that I could fill up the tree, and they didn't have it. So, and it just looked weird with garland coming up to here. So scrapped that, and I bought these red gingham ornaments, and I actually think it turned out really, really cute. And I'm glad that it turned out this way, because I really think that I needed to push more gingham in the design. So it all just ended up working out in the end, and I did also end up using these burlap bows as well, again because it just mimics that cookie color material from the gingerbread. And at first I thought I was going to leave it pretty simple, but then one thing led to another, and I started adding these smaller ornaments that were from the last tree that I mentioned was on the kitchen island in the last house. And I really like how it turned out. I think that adding the smaller ornaments just gave it something, just made it a little bit more special. And I really think that it needed the green pop as well, because there was quite a bit of red. And red is the main color. I didn't want to add equal green to how much red I was adding, because I didn't want the 2 colors to overcompete. But it definitely needed the little green. And then I just have like this little like snow blanket I got from Dollar Tree, but it's kind of warped a little bit. I think I need to add another layer so that it looks a little bit more white. You can tell it's a little bit see-through there. So I'll have to add another layer there. But overall, I just added gingerbread to this. I have a ton of ornaments that I just didn't end up using. Ones that look like ice cream cones and things like that. I just decided to keep this more of a gingerbread cookie look and instead of like a candy look. So I have like these little snowflake ones, but those are the only ones in here that aren't like a gingerbread man. And the next section is going to be the top of the pie safe. So the rest of this pie safe needs some work. As you can see through it, and I've been using it as a storage means, and it's obviously slightly distracting because it doesn't look neat nor organized. So I'll try to have that cleaned by the time I do the Christmas house tour. But here is how this section turned out. So earlier when I mentioned that I had garland in the tree and I went to go buy more of it, this is that garland. So I added that garland there, and I love it because it gives it that pop of red. And then over here, I had these extra little mini gingerbread houses, and I thought it would just be cute to add them to these candlestick holders. And here is the tiered tray. So I had a lot of visions for this, and I felt like every time I was hauling stuff, I kept saying, I got this for the tiered tray, I got this for the tiered tray. But why is it that when I got to decorating this thing, I couldn't find anything that I wanted for it? And this was what I came up with. Comment down below, let me know what you think, but this is what happened. I pulled 2 mugs from my collection. We've got this gingerbread mug and this one right here that has like a little holly right there. And on the first, well, I guess this is the first one, right? So on this one, I added these little candy cane sticks here. And then we've got this piece right here, which is from Hobby Lobby. And then we've got a gingerbread Santa here. And then I added more of that frosted greenery there. And then I knew I needed something back there. There was this space back here and it just looked like it needed something. So I added another Dollar Tree candle holder, and then I added another little house that looks just like these. And then on the top level, which is my favorite, I really liked how this part turned out. We've got a gingerbread man here, and then this little gingerbread house that's already on a pedestal, which I got from the at-home store. And then I added some more of these candy cane ornaments, and then these little picks that came from Hobby Lobby. But I hope that you guys love this. I know a lot of you were just waiting for this video, and I'm just glad that I finally got it together, and I think it looks really, really pretty. I think I need to add some bows here like one of you suggested on the Instagram live, but I wasn't quite sure at the time. I didn't know if it was gonna take away from the centerpiece, especially since the centerpiece has such an elegant look to it. And yes, I have done bows here, but I feel like bows communicate whimsical to me, and I don't even know that I'm making sense at this point because gingerbread is whimsical, but I just wasn't sure if the bows would clash with I guess what I was trying to do there. But I think I'm gonna add them anyways off camera, take a step back, see what it looks like, and then if I like them, you'll probably see it in the Christmas house tour. Anyways, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and more decorating videos to come. I'll see you guys there.